In today's Money Watch, we're looking at how to talk to your kids about money. It's something parents have been doing more frequently during the pandemic. In fact, one survey found 47% of parents spoke to their kids about money at least once a week at the beginning of 2021. That's up from the previous 4 years. We want to know exactly what kids think about money. So we asked some parents to grab their phones, hit record, and just start asking questions. Here's what 9-year-old Lucy, 7-year-old Gavin, and sisters Savannah and Addison, ages 8 and 11, had to say.
What do you know about money?
I know that a penny is worth 1 cent.
What I know about money is money doesn't make you happy in life.
And a quarter is worth 40 cents.
Where does money come from?
Your job.
The bank.
Money comes from a money machine.
What do you hear your mom and dad say about money?
They say like, oh, don't buy that, too much money. Oh, save your money. Don't buy that with your money. Save, 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 save.
What is a credit card?
A credit card is the bank's money, but you use. And a debit card is your own money.
A credit card is a card with money you don't have to pay with.
How much do you think college costs right now?
7,000 something.
100
100 what?
dollars.
How much money do you want to have when you grow up?
1 billion.
7.100 trillion.
Enough. To like, I don't want to be like super, super bajillionaire rich, because then you're lonely.
CBS News business analyst Dollar Jill Schlesinger joins us. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so let's talk money. Money and kids. What age should parents start talking to their kids about money?
Research shows that a lot of our money habits form as early as age 7, if you can believe it. So that means that you could actually start having some conversations when they're maybe 3 years old and you want to identify coins. You also want to give the concept of free versus what something costs, right? It's free to go play with your friend. It costs money to go buy a toy. We also want to sort of bring up this concept that they can wait for something. If we don't have it right away, it's okay. We can delay that gratification.
So what happens if you don't? You just ignore it and you say, you know what, my kids are too young, and before you know it, they're 18 and out of the house.
Okay, here's the big problem. We are all flawed human beings, right? And we are going to pass along a lot of our bad habits, and money habits are included. And so you really want to try to break some of the chain. So you don't want to talk about money so much that you get your kids freaked out. You don't want to saddle them with your issues. You don't want to not talk about it because they do have to operate in the real world. So giving them some base knowledge is great. So again, if you can just start to have small conversations, day-to-day conversations as you go out and spend money in the world.
Sometimes a generational curse could be the burden of debt that a parent can pass down and a lack of knowledge when it comes to money. What about allowance?
It's controversial because I think in a lot of families they say, oh, I'm going to pay my kids to do chores. And I think experts really kind of have a problem with that.
I have to raise my hand on that one, Jill.
Yeah, you know why?
Tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, because your kids should just do their chores. They're part of your household.
That's true.
I think an allowance should be based on something that you say to your kids, hey, you know what? I would buy you these things. They are frivolous things. They're fun things. And I'm going to give you the money to make those choices. Having an allowance allows you to have more money conversations. If you don't want to pay an allowance, that's okay, too. The Schlesingers didn't pay their daughters' allowances. Right. But you've got to be able to introduce concepts of money and talk about these issues. Again, use your day-to-day. And remember, because money is emotional, it isn't always just about dollars and cents.
I have a 17-year-old and a 15-year-old. So is the conversation different when you talk to teens?
Well, I think that when kids get into high school, you can have a lot of real conversations about money. And as early as freshman year, I think we talk about college, we talk about debt, we talk about saving, we talk about some of their spending, and we introduce the concept of debt and how you repay debt. I think that's a very good piece of information to start breeding in those high school years.
You mentioned college. What about college students? What should they keep in mind?
Listen, college students have got to understand how to manage their online savings and spending practices and budgeting. If they've got school loans, you know you've got to come up with a way to repay those loans. You want to have them really check into their credit histories. Every single student should be looking at annual creditreport.com every year, manage that credit. Talk to your kids. It shouldn't be so scary. There are other scary topics I don't want to be an expert on, of course.
Dollar Jill.
Thanks, man.
You are the best. Thank you so much.